Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Linfield Coaches CatChat. Joe Stewart here with head Linfield baseball coach Dan Spencer. Coach Spence, how you doing today?
Great. Good to be here.
Always is to be good. A good time to be in McMinnville. But let's get into kind of where things are. We haven't really talked since the start of the season. We're about a month and a half in already, and kind of had some ups and downs. Having a little bit of trouble establishing some consistency in the win column right now. But able to take 2 out of 3 against Whitworth and had 3 in a row there with the win against Corbin on Wednesday, and then picking up the 2 in the doubleheader. Where would you kind of say the state of the team is right now?
Well, I think the state of our team is great. I mean, I think we got a great group of guys, and they're people are doing what they're capable of doing. I think for the most part we're fortunate. Obviously, Danny Kahn came back, so that's good. That helps us. That gives us another good player and another guy to get in our lineup and get things going. We're going to have to find, and it's really we tell our guys, we've told our guys, especially the pitching staff, without Delby and now without Manelski, and obviously Emerson's been hurt all season, but we're the land of opportunity. If you're a guy that can come jump in and throw strikes and help us, then you're going to get to pitch. It's coming, especially with all the the extra games now, the extra midweeks with making up that series with PLU, which starts tomorrow, the first one. So I think we're in as good a place as we can be in, and I think that these guys are competitive, and I think that Garrett Ringer's going to get healthy here in a week, and we've got some help hopefully coming.
That's good to hear, for sure. But yeah, let's get into the pitching. You mentioned Manelski and Del Biagio, 2 key arms for you that are banged up now. But we saw some good young performances out of the bullpen. Wyatt Hurley, Aiden McCann, a junior now. Obviously, Gavin Ludlow has kind of started to lock down that closer spot. Brian Mannion has come in and been efficient. Jackson Coons, another guy that has been ironing things out. Where are you kind of with this pitching staff right now? As you said, land of opportunity. Are there still guys that could be coming out of the woodwork as the season evolves too?
I think so. If we could get Logan Travis going again, that would be great. That'd be another guy we could get going. We're kind of searching for obviously a third starter, but right now we've changed some things. We've talked about early in last week we talked about, hey, look, we're just gonna run our most competitive people up there to the plate, and we're going to run our most competitive guys out of the pen. And if we have to piece together a game on the weekend like we did on Sunday, then that's what we're going to do. And I'm thinking that we'll probably be like that tomorrow, and just run them out one after another, because we do have some bodies. We do have bodies, and everybody that we have is capable. They're all college arms. They're all there's no make-believe in there. They all have good enough stuff if they throw strikes and throw a second pitch for a strike. So. And sometimes that's more, that's tougher to do than it is to say. But so we feel good about our bodies and the number of bodies, and we'll take who we need to take to wall at the end of the week. We'll take as many as we need, and we'll just keep running them out there. But we will find, the good thing you said is, like you said about it, is those guys are young. All those guys are young. McCann is just coming into his own, and I know he's not young, but he's a junior, and so sometimes it takes time. But he's been great. Ludlow's been a part of it, and he's been great. Alder has a blister on his finger, so that's he's with us, but he's not available to the extent we would love for him to be, and nor does he have the feel, because we kind of have to manage his throws during the week to protect that finger. So there's some other things going on, and we're just going to run them out there one after another.
Your 2 starters that you do seem to have locked in at this point, John Over and Casey Struckmeyer, another couple guys that obviously Over had full season as a starter last year, but Struckmeyer, the young guy, both seeming to kind of find their groove this weekend in the doubleheader. Had the Whitworth offense more or less locked up for most of those games. What have you liked out of those 2 younger guys as they really try to establish themselves as starters in this league?
Well, I think with first Struckmeyer, if you look at it, once Delby went down, and really Struckmeyer's been our most consistent starter. Sure. He's gone out and gone 5 twice and gone into the 5th, and we unfortunately haven't gotten a lot of those starts. And John, was a starter at the front and was a starter all year last year, and had some struggles this year, but he was really good last weekend. So we're hoping he can build on that and be a consistent guy, because we really. That's the thing about, losing a guy like Del Biagio, the old guy that just went 6 or 6.5 every, second game of every series, which gave you your bullpen a chance to sit, game 1, game 3 some. And so finding that extra 6.5 innings out of some other people, we don't have one guy that's giving us that. Well, it's usually two, and unfortunately sometimes three. So, we just have to get. We just need a little time to try to acclimate to the new circumstances.
Offensively, these guys have kind of hit the ground running this year. It's been a pretty consistent stretch right from the start of the season, hitting the ball, moving guys around. Left a few runners on base this weekend, but there's been an uptick in power. Seems like an uptick in consistency. That heart of the order, you got a bunch of guys hitting healthily above 300. What are you liking about the offense right now?
I like that. I like just what you said. I think we have a number of threats. I like the, we talked about, being an offense that can run. Let's run 9 tough guys out there and run at-bat after at-bat after at-bat. And I think what happened on Sunday is we would have a good at-bat and a good at-bat, and then we'd break down. Or we would come out and we would break down at the front of the inning, and then our third hitter would hit it. We'd go base hit with our 3 and 4 with 2 outs and nobody on. So we just had a hard time Sunday, and part of that was their guy. Their best guy throws on Sunday, and he's good. He's very good. He's one of the best guys in the conference. But we had him on the ropes. We had opportunities, and if you create opportunities against good pitchers, I mean that's really all you can do. You can go base runners and trying to get that one more knock. And so we like our offense. Like I said, we like the fact that we're hoping to get Bubba Joner back this week too. That's been a key guy that's been out. Bubba, and I mentioned Garrett Ringer, and he's a freshman, but he's an athletic guy that we're hoping that he's been out most of the year with a wrist injury. So not only do those guys just coming back give us some more options, they create more competition within our unit.
Love it.
And so that's a good thing because we're a little bit hamstrung in a couple of positions right now. So we're looking forward to getting those guys back and seeing what this thing holds down the road. There's
been a couple of returners that have done what we knew that they were going to do this year, like Cam Skinner and Brandon Patchen, but a couple newcomers as well. The transfer Jake Hoskins, the freshman Nick Holm. Those 2 guys have already made huge contributions in their first 6 weeks in the season here. What have you liked out of those 2 guys specifically?
Well, I like just what you said. I think they've jumped in. They've jumped in running, and Holm, especially being a freshman, this is his first go at college baseball. And he's been very good. And we were concerned that he was going to be able to play third base well enough, and he's done that too. And so now the key with him is just to try to keep him fresh with the extra games and the fact that it's his first year in college baseball, and these are 9 innings. These are 18 innings on Saturdays, and then 9 more on Sunday, and then 9 on Wednesday, and then 18 more.
Back at it,
So we'll need that, and we're going to also need to get Horner going again too, and get him involved in some of that because he's a good player, and that can spell us there and give Nick a breath that he needs. Jake's a JUCO kid, played on the NWAC championship team, and he's a good player. And so it's kind of an easier role for him. We expected him to be good. He's been really good. So I think that Skinner's. We've been waiting for Skinner to have this kind of year for 4 years now, and he's having it. So it's great. That's great. Passion, is pretty steady. It has been.
Yeah, that 4-for-4 game for Skinner on Saturday. That was impressive to see. His consistency at the plate. First 4-game hit of his career.
That's great.
So now moving forward to this weekend at Whitman, and then of course the Wednesday game against PLU. Just kind of as you guys try and establish consistency now, as we really get into the heart of the conference season. What are you looking for these next few games?
Well, I'd really like to see us be consistent offensively, and I think that's. We can do that, and I think we're going to need a couple of guys to emerge on the mound to give us a chance to shorten some of these games. We're dependent a little bit on those young guys now. You have 2 seniors on the pitching staff, or 3 with Thorne. You have 3, and 2 of them aren't available right now. So it's young guys, and that's okay because they're talented guys, and like I said, we'll see where it runs out. There's other teams in our league that have had some guys hurt, and you just got to line up and play.
And still seems wide open in the Northwest Conference again. Again this year. Yep. So once again, Wildcats hosting PLU on Wednesday in the makeup game. That'll wrap up a 5-game homestand here in McMinnville. 3 o'clock first pitch there. We'll have live coverage on the LSN. Then the Cats are on the road to Walla Walla this weekend for a 3-game set with Whitman. Coach, thanks for the time and good luck.
Thank you, fellas.